You know, for a while now, I've been doing this bundle thing every Bundle Monday, where I go through all the sales and charities and stuff. And there's basically about four of these places that really have the hugest chunks of these. Two of this, of course, being Drive-Thru, GM's Guild, and the other two being Humble Bundle and Bundle of Holding. And today I kind of was like, well, there's other stuff on these places, and maybe I need to pay a little bit more attention. So decided as an experiment to go and look at all the other things that these sites cover besides the few that we find out about, to see if you guys are interested in this. I kind of realized that I'm one of the few people in our little teeny chunk of the world that covers the bundles and these sites and stuff like that. So let's see if this is something you want us to hear me do on a weekly basis. If it is, let me know. If you never want to hear me do this again, let me know. I guess we'll tell by the amount of responses I get. So let's look to see what else is on these bundles besides just the few things that I mention every week, because there's a lot. There's a lot of these, and sometimes I don't find them. So yeah, starting with Bundle of Holding this week, we have the Index Card RPG one. We already talked about that one. The starter collection is $10. It gets you the Index Card RPG Master Edition, the Index Card RPG Worlds book, and the Heroes of the Hammer. The bonus collection goes up to, I think, $25, and that gets you a world map poster book, a cyberpunk setting called Altered State, the 4 index card settings that Hank has made so far, and some adventures that Hank has written for the campaign setting. We also have a Shadow of the Demon Lord bundle. I think we already talked about this. The starter bundle is $8, gets you the Shadow of the Demon Lord, the Demon Lord's Companion, Uncertain Faith, Dark Deeds of the Last Hope, and the Demon Lord DN screen. The bonus collection, which is another $10, gets you a bunch of adventures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adventures, all set in the campaign setting of Shadow of the Demon Lord. The Hyboria 3E fantasy setting. This is the Hyborian. This features including the Hyboria 3E player and referee manual, Atlas of Hyboria, the Last Trapper's Lament, and the Hyboria referee screen. This is a campaign setting vaguely based upon the writings of course, the Conan books. We got the Blue Rose collection from Green Ronin. The starter collection is $8, gives you the Blue Rose starter book, Shadow Tide and Pit of Vipers, and Sovereign of the Blue Rose. And then for an additional $8, you can also get Aldous, City of the Blue Rose, 6 of Swords, the Blue Rose Narrator's Kit, and 2 Tales of the Blue Rose. And I have been told, despite the theme of the setting, the Blue Rose campaign book is actually a better version of the Age series than the actual Age books. So, because it was Blue Rose, and it was Dragon Age, and it was Fantasy Age. Now it's Fantasy Age 2nd edition, but I've seen a couple people say actually the Blue Rose version was better. We have something, we already did that one. We have a collection of adventures for Blue Rose. This is called the Aladdin Collection, which features the 6 of Cups, the Envoys of the Mount, Nightmare Rider, and Flight of the Snow Pearl. These are all adventures for Blue Rose. And then we have something called the Dice Geeks Eras. These are tabletop role-playing games set in different settings. We have 11 books of random tables for RPG settings and modern settings, and steampunk and western and 1920s, 1960s cyberpunk and space operas. So for $8, you get a whole bunch of random tables. Okay, not a lot of really information on that one. Over at Humble Bundle, Humble Bundle is huge, and I don't give this one enough coverage, I think, because look at all this. So we've got a bunch of video game bundles. We've got a bundle for Starfield. We've got a bundle for City Skylines 2 Ultimate Edition. These always list just the most requested one, which gives you everything. But there are always various tiers on these bundles. We have one for a game called Armored Core 5 Fires of Rubicon Deluxe Edition. We've got a Resident Evil bundle. It's called the Decade of Horror Village Edition. contains Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Biohazard, and a few more. We've got the fantasy and sci-fi essentials for Unity. Gives you Elves, Ice World, Path Painter 2, and more. We've got Jukebox and Jackbox 2. This is a collection for the Jukebox and Jackbox multiplayer party game series. We've got the Microsoft Press Exam Certification Mega Bubble by Pearson. This gets everything you need to learn Microsoft Press and take the exams and become a fundamental Microsoft exam programmer type thing. So obviously this is nowhere near our chunk of the wood, but Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about Baldur's Gate anymore. It's really hard to take the game seriously and say, hey, this is a great experience for tabletop role-playing, and video gaming, when the game's biggest selling point seems to be, hey, there's sex scenes. So, I just don't know. If you like kart racing and racing simulators, there's a simulator of racing bundles. This is called the Ultimate Racing Simulator Bundle. There's, of course, the tabletop role-playing game resources pack from Dice Geeks. We already talked about that one. That's all those random table books. We've got a thing called Take Your Turn, Tactics and RPG. This is a bundle containing Songs of Conquest, Jupiter, Hell, and more. We've got another programming bundle if you're a programmer. This one has got a whole bunch of games for it called Get R in Action 3E, Tiny Python Projects, T184 Plus, 2E, and more. 21 books all to learn how to program. We've got a RuneScape bundle. As an addition, this one features 8 products, all made for the RuneScape setting. We've got the Pathfinder's Tales bundle. This features 41 books, all set in and around the world of Pathfinder. We've got the Traveler bundle from Mongoose. This is everything that's ever been made for Traveler by Mongoose. It's a $289 value, 16 books, all PDF, all for the Mongoose take on Traveler. We've got the Tad Williams collection. This is the Ostin ARD and Other Lands and Beyond. It features Otherland, City of the Goblin Shadow, Witchwood, Crown, To the Green Angel, and more. We've got the another 3D printing bundle. This one from Modifius as well. This features a whole bunch of 3D printing files for Fallout and stuff like that. And for some reason, some fantasy ones based upon Elder Scrolls for, I don't know. And then we got one on Mexican cooking. So it's 23 books all about how to cook Mexican food, $461 value. Yeah. And again, not really sure what that has to do with us, but, they do cover other things besides us. We've got a Linux bundle. If you want to learn how to program in Linux, this one comes to us with 12 books, a $340 value. They've already sold 3,000 of these. So I guess there's people out there who are still using Linux. We could restart the whole Linux versus Mac versus IBM versus Microsoft argument. Probably the best one is the Traveler one, the Pathfinder Tale one. Seems to be the two best from this. And from the other one, obviously, I would say the Index Card RPG one. For 10 bucks, you get the core stuff for Index Card RPG. That's a good deal. I'm really curious to find out more about this. Since I've heard a couple of people say that Blue Rose is actually the better version of a game system that they've come out with. And since they have a new game coming out that we know very little about, I wonder if the system they're going to use is the Blue Rose system. Even though the Blue Rose system does technically use the Age system, some people have said this version is better than the version in Age 2nd Edition. Not being familiar with any of them, I leave that to you. So is this something you want to see me do every week? Do you want to see me cover the rest of Humble Bundle and Bundle of Holding on Mondays or not? Let me know. Because, it's no trouble for me to look these things up and share the news with you if that's an interest. And if you're not interested, then there's no reason for me to do this again. So this is just an experiment, letting me, test the water, seeing what directions I want to expand the site that will get us more, interest from you guys. Because, at the end of the day, I'm here doing this for you, so you will support me. So let me know what you're thinking. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bundles! Bundle, 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 bundle. Bundle, 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 bundle.